Okay, hello everyone, hello professor. So tonight we want to highlight the most important aspects of our lesson plan. So I want to explain for us what was the most important aspects. So I want to highlight the assessment for each lesson plan. So in the lesson plan number one, we have a assessment called can do assessment. The students will do a self-assessment. So this is very useful for the students and useful for the teacher. So the students do a self-assessment and that's it. In the second lesson plan, we want to highlight another type of strategy for the assessment. So this assessment is called 1 minute paper. So it's very useful, it's very easy to do for the teacher and for the students. So with this strategy of assessment, the professor know what was the perception of the students about the class. And also we have in the lesson plan number 3 another strategy for the assessment. So in the lesson plan number 3 we have this type of assessment in which students will make a list of 2 things that they learn and 1 thing that they still need to learn. So these assessments are for learning. Also in the lesson plan number 4 we have another strategy for the assessment. At the end of the lesson, the teacher implements the assessment called learning wall. So the teacher makes a learning wall in the word, and the students can write positive feedback about others. So in order to identify, the professor identify what was the knowledge that the students acquire with this learning wall. So in the lesson plan number 5, we implement the assessment of learning. So in this part, at the end of the grading period, the teacher evaluates the students to know what they learn. So through a survey, a paragraph, and a presentation and an exam, all of those activities, the exam, the paragraph, the surveys, and the presentation will have a grade. So as you can see, the students will do different activities which will have a grade. So now my partner Tatiana is going to talk about the lesson plan number 5 and what were the most important aspects for us in this lesson plan.
Okay, hello everyone. In this lesson plan, we based especially or we put most of our attention in the interests and likes. Here in the presentation, we start with a really good video that talk about the verbs that can be used to formulate or to make the phrases or the sentences in these topics. This video also shows many different examples, and it was so entertaining and helpful for the students to get familiarized with the topic. Then, during the lesson, we made some activities, many different activities that in which the students had to draw, had to speak, had to work on teams. They also have to ask questions, complete sentences, and that was so helpful for them in order to get the ideas in a very easy way. Because if they didn't understand something just by listening, they will get those ideas by sharing those with the other students, with their partners. And I think that it was so helpful. This lesson plan had many different activities that help them to get really familiarized with this topic. We have a variety in the activities. We had worksheets, and we have activities to complete. They had to draw, so it was so helpful for them to get those ideas in a easier way. And that's it for this lesson plan based on interests and likes.
So now my partner Sara is going to talk about the lesson plan number 4 and the most important aspects for us in this lesson plan.
Okay, hello everyone. In this lesson plan, which is the number 4, we we were focused on habits. So, in the part of presentation, I want to highlight this video, which is about healthy and unhealthy habits. I consider it is a very good video because it is to familiarize students with all the vocabulary which is shown in the lesson. In that part of presentation, you can see that new vocabulary. Also, I believe it is important as it has easy and useful vocabulary for the students. They have to take notes to evaluate what they understood. In the part of practice, there is an activity that I consider is also very important because there I wanted to explain some situations, and the students have to identify and separate which of them are healthy and which of them are unhealthy. So I think that it is good for practicing. It is good for practicing because they have to evaluate and be careful about which are those habits. In the part of production, I I used a worksheet which they have to separate the healthy and unhealthy habits. And I think it is important for the students because they are practicing um, all of the vocabulary we used in the during the class, and that game is good and amazing for them to practice. That's all.
Yes, that's so good for the part of production, this worksheet. So thank you everyone, and thank you Professor. So that's all.
Thank you.
Much.